Ja, herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Runde vom SI-Talk. Bin noch immer bei der PDAC, habe Canarc bei mir. Canarc wird der Catalin selber jetzt dann gleich vorstellen. Canarc ist am Big Board an der TSX unter CCM notiert. Canarc hat eine große History, hat aber in den letzten Tagen oder Wochen extrem gute News gehabt. Und ich habe einen Conflict of Interest, das muss ich bekannt geben. Ich bin selber Aktionär bei Canarc. I told my subscriber I'm a shareholder, I have conflict of interest.
Sure.
Catalin, thank you to have time for me.
Thank you, Joe.
I think this is our first interview for Canarc.
Yes, it is. I mean, we have coverage in Germany through other channels, but I think with you, for sure, is the first one.
And Canarc coming up first, I follow the story, I'm a shareholder, so
Yes.
I followed the story in the last 6 months, 9 months really closely. And first, you have a really good project, very nice project, a very interesting from the cost side project. But the most important thing, that's the reason why I'm also coming to you, is you are close to a financing to finance this to production.
Correct.
But please give us in 30 seconds
a quick
update.
Yeah,
what you are in which
I think,
stage
look, Canarc, very nice to see you, Joe, here in Toronto, first of all. Canarc is one of those few stories which made big progress in the last 6 to 9 months. When everybody is suffering, we were buying at the bottom of the market. You know, we got our hands on a fantastic asset in Zacatecas, which is the biggest silver producer as a state in Mexico. We paid pretty much 20 cents on a dollar for the asset, which was a good acquisition. But we made a big project out of it. You know, we are very close to start producing about 20,000 ounces of gold a year in Mexico.
Which every cost at them?
Which with all-in cost about $600. All-in cost about $600, which is, you know, very unusual for this market. You know, you don't have many projects that can produce at these prices and can be in production for less than $10 million.
Less than 10 million?
Less than $10 million to be in full production, right?
You coming up last week or this? No, last week I think. So
it was this week. You know, we announced a $10 million project financing, so non-dilutive for shareholders. That's being done with a very large fund from New York. It's a resource fund that has about $300 million in committed funds ready to put people to work. They've done a number of deals. We've agreed to keep their name confidential until everything closes, but it's a very well-respected group. They've already approved the project at their credit committee. We are beginning right now the technical and final due diligence, which is expected to take about 2 months, at which time then we would have access to the funds and begin our investment to get into production.
How long it takes to bring it to production?
After we get the money, we will need about 6 to 9 months to be in production.
So this means year-end, New Year?
Correct. Year-end to beginning of New Year, we should be producing from Mexico.
So, say we first quarter 2017, you're in production. That's only 9 months, 12 months?
9 months, you know, let's say 9 months, 9 to 12 months from today. And what that means is a complete change and transformation of the company. You know, Canarc has been an exploration company for the last 25 years. We have a very good project, high-grade project in Canada, but it's still years to production. With the Mexican asset, we begin a producing company. We begin to generate cash flow. We won't rely solely on the equity markets to survive, and it's a big change for the company. We will be operating again in one of the most prolific districts in Mexico. We have a lot of experience operating Mexico, both myself and through our strategic relationship with Endeavor Silver. And Brad Cook, who's the chairman of the company and the founder, is also the CEO and the founder of Endeavor Silver. So even though Canarc is a standalone company, we are lucky to have a lot of leverage through Endeavor to their contacts. So we're going on a proven path, and we will then hopefully be able to avoid mistakes that companies that are standing up are all usually making.
Yeah. If I remember me correctly, your lifetime is around 7 years, 20,000 ounces.
Correct.
Is there potential to expand?
Absolutely. I mean, in Mexico right now, we have about 4,000 hectares of claims. The current project maybe takes about 20 hectares of those. The rest of the ground is very prolific. It has either historic mines on it, historical drilling on it, surface exploration that has been done. So the plan that we have right now, every dollar will be generating from the project will be put back to work.
Okay. Coming to the share structure, how many shares are outstanding and what is the actual market cap?
Market cap of the company about 20 million Canadian dollars. We have about 210 million shares outstanding, and even though that may seem a high number, you have to keep in mind that this company has been around for 25 years, and the only way that things have been moving forward was through equity issuance. So considering the history of the company with 200 million shares outstanding, I think it's still within a reasonable range. We will not be planning to do a rollback because that's generally does not work well for shareholders. We want to create value, and that's what we are focused on.
Okay. Two questions. One is about the market itself. Do you think that we saw maybe a bottom in the gold price?
Yes.
And the second question is, in the last few weeks and also here, there are a lot of M&A acquisitions. So you see it. You acquire a project a few months ago. Do you see some? You are active also in this area, that you're looking for new projects and so on.
Absolutely. I mean, let me answer the first question about the gold market. I think I'm fairly confident that we've seen a dramatic shift on the way that things were last year versus where we are today. I think we've bottomed, no questions about that. Do we want to test again the bottom? Maybe, but I think we won't see again anytime soon gold going down to $1,000 or something. I think the most important thing, in my opinion, that has changed in the last 2 months is the sentiment. If we look at the gold price today, $1,250, it's still lower than it was last year. But if you look at the sentiment this year versus the sentiment last year, it's dramatically improved. I've been talking to a lot of smart money here and a lot of smart people, and you see the appetite coming back to the market. It will be a very gradual, move into the gold market. I don't think we'll see the same bull kind of market that we've seen last time. I think it's more of a flight to quality, good assets, good people, good management team. One good thing I think that happened in the last few years, we've cleaned up a lot of junk in the metal space, and it was due. I think the companies left at the table right now are serious, most of them. And they have good teams, they have good projects or decent projects, and I would see a lot of M&A still starting to occur. We are ourselves looking at a number of M&A opportunities, but we're also being looked at as an M&A target.
Oh, okay.
So that's the market, and we are really focused to generate value for shareholders and do that organically. And we are being very aggressive ourselves. We want to really get into production to become a producer, to get the cash flow before we do a major transaction, but that's not very far away. We're already working on those things. So we have a lot of things lined up, and we believe we will be able to grow both through existing operation organically.
Catalin, thank you for this first introduction to your company. Next time when I come over, we do it again, then we know exactly more how long or when you are starting to...
It will be a pleasure, Joe. Yeah.
Great, thank you for your time. Das war das erste Update von Canarc. Canarc hat ein Projekt letztes Jahr akquiriert, wo sie glauben, dass es am Tief des Marktes war, mit 20.000 Unzen Goldproduktion, mit $600 All-In-Cost. Das ist unglaublich niedrig für 7 Jahre Produktion. Sie haben Potenzial zum Expandieren, haben jetzt eine Finanzierung gemacht. Sie brauchen nur $10 Millionen. Die Finanzierung haben sie jetzt einmal announced. Das dauert jetzt noch, die Final Due Diligence dauert es noch ein bisschen. Aber in 2 Monaten soll das erledigt sein. Wenn das erledigt ist, geht er davon aus, dass er in 6 bis 9 Monaten in Produktion ist. Das heißt, wir können sozusagen im ersten Quartal 2017 mit einer Produktion rechnen. Das Projekt hat Potenzial zum Expandieren. Was auch extrem wichtig war, ich habe ihn gefragt über den Markt. Der Markt geht er davon aus, dass der seinen Boden gehaut hat. Das Sentiment hat sich dramatisch gedreht gegenüber dem letzten Jahr zu diesem Jahr. Es sind viele Firmen, er hat es auch Junk genannt, auch vom Markt verschwunden. Das heißt, die was jetzt noch übrig sind, haben eine gute Qualität mit gutem Management, guten Projekten. Und Das ist das, was er zum Markt meint. Ich habe dann natürlich noch gefragt, wie schaut es mit Akquisitionen aus? Es sind relativ viele passiert. Er schaut natürlich auch nach Akquisitionen, aber, und das war ein ganz schöner Nebensatz, er hat gesagt, es wird auch nach innen geschaut, nach Akquisitionen. Und dazu kann ich mir durchaus vorstellen, dass das auch ein perfektes Ziel selber ist, weil wenn er die Firmenbeziehung hat, dann ist das sozusagen nur mehr eine Frage des Preises. Ja, das war's von Canarc. Symbol ist CCM an der TSX und ich muss nochmal sagen, ich bin selber Aktionär, also Conflict of Interest. Das war's von der PDAC.